Hey, this is Harry from Spurs TV here, back with another match review video. So Spurs beat Brentford 3-1 today, and as you can tell, I'm pretty happy with the result. So after the debacle of midweek where Spurs just about beat Coventry by, whisker really, Spurs went to Brentford quite, and so, it wasn't a full house today either as well at Spurs, which is quite interesting. So it kind of like a protest against what happened in midweek, I guess. But anyway, Spurs started the game with Bentancur, Maddison and Kulusevski in midfield, Son, Solanke and Johnson up front, or in three, and obviously the normal back five. I don't have to go through that again. Anyway, well, the first minute of the game, Spurs conceded from Brentford's goal, and Buemo, who was probably Brentford's biggest threat on paper and also was probably the biggest threat during the game today, he came out and scored in the goal in the first minute. And you would have thought with a goal that early, it would be quite a struggle for Tottenham to get back into the game. And at the beginning, to concede in that fashion was quite bad, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Spurs did equalise eventually. And obviously, Spurs went into half-time 2-1 up. But there were some shaky moments. I mean, Vicario, we're going to have to talk about him very briefly now. I thought I'd get out of the way first. He did one really bad mistake in the first half where he was trying to control the ball. And as you know, Spurs like to play out the back from the back, unfortunately. And he almost conceded a goal. I can't remember who it was from Brentford who got the ball off him, but it was quite bad. And in the second half, he ran out and palmed it. And supposedly, I haven't seen the replay, but supposedly his hand was outside the box. So maybe got a bit lucky there. But Spurs, for all their hard work, getting to 2-1 after being 1-0 down. Johnson, some people may argue my silence as critics with his goal. It was actually quite a well taken goal. The equaliser came from Solanke, who needed that goal, and I felt like it was probably his best game for Tottenham so far. And I thought he was probably one of the better players. And then obviously in the second half, as it being 2-1, Brentford piled a lot of pressure on. Vicario made one really good save, which I thought was definitely going in from a header. And Brentford kept piling players forward. Spurs didn't seem to really... I mean, Johnson had another chance to kill the game off, I remember. And I think a few early half chances here and there, Spurs could have really scored and killed the game off again. But they didn't seem to do that, unfortunately. And here we are. And not until 5 minutes before the end, Spurs got the third goal through a breakaway with Son laying it off to Maddison for quite a simple finish, really. And in the end, 1-on-1 with the keeper. But Son didn't seem at it today, really. And maybe it's because he's just played so much, or I just don't think he has the same pace he used to have, which is understandable. I mean, he's 32. But for me, the stand-up players were Kulusevski. I thought he was brilliant in midfield again. And Bentancur, probably Spurs' best option for the six, if you want to call it a six in this system, for me. Bissouma came on later on for him, which is probably because he played in midweek. And the back line, Porro, second half I thought was pretty good. The first half was a bit quiet. And Van de Ven, his usual thing. And the front line, after Solanke got his goal, as I alluded to, was probably his best game. And I thought he was a lot more involved. Johnson, good first half, meh second half. And Vicario, there's massive question marks over him. But Spurs did what they did last year and won 3-1. It's 3 points. Karabag's next, again at home, and that should be a win on paper as well. I'm sure Karabag are not as good as Brentford. And then obviously Spurs go to Old Trafford, and I'm filming this just after the United game. They drew 0-0 away to Palace. But Spurs' record at Old Trafford isn't that great. I think we lost it last season. So if we can go to Old Trafford and get a point, I'll take that right now. But as long as we don't lose, I'll take anything, because we just don't have a good record at Old Trafford. But as for this game, we did the job, got the 3 points, and come on, you Spurs.